Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mana Shark here, and today I'm coming at you with a ranked Ravnica Allegiance draft. And of course, I started recording and realized not only was my mic a little bit off to the side, but also my neighbors were making an insane amount of noise. So, back at you, doing a ranked Ravnica Allegiance draft, all about turning that 5,000 gold into gems. That's what we're all about here. To go infinite, to build your collection, you need gems. Gems is the better currency between gems and gold. And once you have 5,000 gold, you hop in these ranked drafts, you do well, build your collection, whatever. You don't get that many gems, even for going 7-0. However, like, gold is just infinitely less valuable than gems. So that's what we're all about. Rejoin the draft here. And our pack's looking pretty interesting. We have Simic Ascendancy, a card that you can do like this if you have 20 counters, win the game thing. I triggered it once, actually. It was super cool. But more realistically, it pumps your creatures, and it's pretty solid at doing that. It's nothing crazy, not a first pick by any means, but maybe like a fifth pick sort of deal. You know, like a B range card. Windstorm Drake, which is a pretty strong card as a flyer. And I've been not so impressed by it, but like happy to play it. Trollbred Guardian, this guy is really strong, and turns a lot of your other, fairly strong creatures into just big trampling threats. So great about that. Sunder Shaman, this card's really strong. However, because of its restrictive cost, it's not a card you want to take early. By taking it, it's either you're playing Gruul or you're not playing him. And that's the difficulty with these double colored cards. The better of them is like Frilled Mystic is the best one by far. Sunder Shaman, he's not really up there. If you're in Gruul, you're really happy to play him and pick him up. Honestly, I would rather take Trollbred Guardian over him if you're looking in that direction. And then there's also Lawmage's Binding, one of the best commons, the best common in the set. Very happy to be playing it. And Imperious Oligarch, a very solid Orzhov common. The rest of it just being some filler stuff and an Orzhov Guild Gate. It's very important to keep your eyes out on these Guild Gates and really build up your deck here. So I think the pick comes down to either Trollbred Guardian or Lawmage's Binding. And I think between the two, I think the pick is actually towards Lawmage's Binding. When in doubt, removal is just better. And while Trollbred Guardian is a great card, the mana is so good in this set that you can reliably take these multicolored cards fairly early, as long as they don't have such restrictive costs like Sunder Shaman. But if it's just like, I just need to splat like 3 blue sources to splash Lawmage's Binding, or 3 white sources to splash it, whatever it is, very realistic to get it. So I'm happy to pick up Lawmage's Binding, knowing that I'm passing some cards I'm really not interested in other than Windstorm Drake, which just won't make it back to me. All right, pack number 2, we have Crive the Carnarium. This card is not good. It's actually best against black decks, and you're playing black, so it does hurt you a lot. Incubation Congruity is not a great card. I have not had great experiences with it. The instance side of it, of exiling a creature, does deal with Gateway Colossus, which is a huge threat in this format, don't get me wrong. But even then, you're not actually dealing with it, you're just making it into a 3/3, and if you deal with that, there's some card disadvantage there. That being said, if you are playing against Gateway Colossus, it's there. However, this is best of one. We don't have sideboards, we don't have access to that, so we kind of have to, like, this has that versatility, which is nice, but we can't take cards knowing they're going for the sideboard, especially with an early pick like this anyway. So we have Shark to Crab. This card is super good. Like, I would say probably this is like what we would call a mythic uncommon, where like if this card was printed at rare, you would pick it first pick, no problem. And some people don't like it as much simply because it's uncommon, but the reality is, like, this card is as powerful, if not more powerful, than most rares you actually come across in the set. So Very good card. Then we have Grotesque Demise. This is a contender for the best common in the set. Probably right behind Law Mage's Binding. And it's fantastic. Another Law Mage's Binding, which I think is what we're going to gravitate towards. Blade Juggler. Great card if you turn on Spectacle. And Azorius Guildgate. Aeromunculus. A solid flyer. So we're going to pick up the Law Mage's Binding. But I think there's arguments to be had for Shark to Crab. It's just we already have one Law Mage's Binding. And it is on the same tier in limited. It may be a tad behind from Shark to Crab, but I definitely am more happy to pick up the Law Mage's Binding right now, given that we already have one and we're in blue-white, or as of now in blue-white. So we have Bedeck Bedazzle. We only care about the Bedeck half of giving a creature +3/-3. If we're playing these two Law Mage's Bindings, this is only playable if we're in Esper, blue, white, black. So if we're splashing black, it's not that easy unless we have a really good black splash. If we're splashing blue, it is easy to play it. So that's something to consider. We also have Grotesque Demise. Same situation, but actually easier to cast if we're splashing black, more flexible. Chillbringer, one of the best commons in the set. I keep saying that about it. But if I were to rank them, it's probably like Law Mage's Binding, Grotesque Demise, Chillbringer, the 2/2 with Adapt. Adapts for 6. Like those are the best probably. Oh, and Skewer. Those are probably the 5 best commons in the set. And Arynx is probably like 6. So not to overthrow that term too much. So yeah, we have Grotesque Demise. So Grotesque Demise is better than Chillbringer. Chillbringer is in our colors of our first 2 picks. And it's not that much worse than Grotesque Demise. And that being said, also we have a whole thing to see. If we weren't already like looking at these 2 picks, like Bedeck is the pick, right? It is better than Grotesque Demise. Given that we have these 2 picks on our belts, I think it comes down to Chillbringer or Grotesque Demise, and I think I'm more inclined to take the Chillbringer. And if I'm proven wrong, if we end up in more a black-white build splashing blue, we'll maybe regret taking the Grotesque Demise here. Not taking the Grotesque Demise here. But Chillbringer is a fantastic card. So we have Lavinia, which is not good in limited, or anything actually, but it's a 2/2, right? It doesn't do a whole lot. Dagger Caster, if you're in black-red, this card is fantastic. It actually combos really well with a Blade Brand, which gives a Death Touch, and you just wipe their board. If not, it wipes away some tokens. It's a pretty darn good card. We have Summary Judgment, a decent removal spell, and aside from that, like Rakdos Roustabout's a pretty solid card. Scorchmark's a pretty solid card, but we're not in Rakdos. If you're in Rakdos, you saw this pack, like 1, 2, 3 would stick out at you. For us, there's Summary Judgment, and we'll pick it up and be pretty happy. And so here we see Rester's Admonition. This card is really only great in tempo builds, and we don't really typically gravitate towards that as much in Azorius. That is the best way to play it, though. And then we have Consign to the Pit, a decent black removal spell that if you're in black, like having one of them is pretty good. Gateway Plaza, if we're on a splash, if we're splashing black or something, this could come really handy. I think we take the Admonition here. I would actually consider the Gateway Plaza, knowing just how often I end up in Esper once I'm in blue-white. But let's start off where we're supposed to be and figure it out. And now we have a Summary Judgment or a Senate Griffin. They're both great cards. Summary Judgment is just better, but not that much better than Senate Griffin. Other than that, like there's nothing really going on here. And yeah, we just grab the Summary Judgment. So Quench is pretty terrible, but like you can, sorry, not terrible, it's pretty mediocre. You could play it, I would max out at 1, if any. If you have to play it, you play it. It fills up the count. Noxious Greedian is just a better card, and in black though, And aside from that, like Knight of Sorrows is pretty terrible. Sky Tether is very mediocre. If you have a very heavy flyer deck, it can be pretty good. But the fact is, the creature, yeah, it just gets like flinged around and stuff. It's still on the ground. I'm not a fan of Sky Tether, but if we're way later in the draft and all of our creatures have like flying or unblockable or whatever, yeah, Sky Tether makes the cut. But for now, I'd rather just take Noxious Grudian in case we gravitate towards more black. Even though that itself is also fairly mediocre. And here we have a Simic Gill Gate, which would help with our gate count, which is always nice. Sage's Rose Savant, which is pretty mediocre. And a bunch of stuff we don't really care about. This is all pretty terrible. We'll take the Gill Gate. There are a lot of black, blue and white cards and that care about your gate count that help. So we'll just pick up the Simic Gill Gate. Maybe even helps splash green. And here we have a Thought Collapse. Thought Collapse in other sets, like cancel effects, like one blue counter, are actually not that great. This is a slower format though. And, you know, Thought Collapse, having one in your deck is actually pretty good. Other than that, there's Dead Revels. If we're in a grindier matchup, we're playing best of one, so you can't actually side it in. And yeah, we're not really in black yet. So we're going to take Thought Collapse here. And here's a sign. We have a very late Blade Juggler and Orzhov Locket. That's not really a sign. That's just there. We'll take the Blade Juggler. It's very late, and maybe we end up in Esper. Orzhov is the best color combination, which I'm sure you've heard by now. And we can pick up either 10th District Veteran or Bladebrand. We're not going to want to play either of them. If you happen to be drafting and you come across 10th Street Dodger, as an enabler for Spectacle, it's pretty good. But in general, like, you don't want to be playing it unless you have so many Spectacle cards. If you have a bunch of Blade Jugglers, like, yeah, he's what you're looking for. We're going to take this Veteran and probably not play it. I almost never play them. That's a late Dagger Caster. So we've seen, you know, some fairly good signals about Rakdos being open if this is coming back that late. And yeah, we don't want to be playing any of these. So out of all of them, yeah, we literally won't be playing any of these. We'll just take the Dagger Caster. We'll want to signal to the bots, actually. We'll take the Watchful Giant. Maybe the bots will pick up that red-black's open. Drill Bit's pretty okay. Bladebrand's pretty good. Like, pretty okay. Carrion Imp is mediocre. We'll take the Imp just in case we have to play it. And now we're at a fresh pack. Don't take the Gilgate, the Shockland, no matter how much you think you need it for your collection. Your win rate's more important. The more you win, the more packs you get. The more packs you get, the more you get to open for things like your Blood Crypt or whatever. So this pack, we see the Azorius Gilgate, a Blade Juggler, a Terramander. Terramander is pretty good, actually. It normally one amount of 1/1 flyers are not playable. Like, don't play them in limited. However, this does upgrade into actually a very sizable flyer, and we have already 2, 3, 4 instants and sorceries. I'm down to take a Terramander here. Otherwise, this pack I would just go with like the Blade Juggler or the Gilgate. And here we have Teysa Karlov. Teysa's pretty darn strong, but we don't have anything to work with her quite yet. Aside from that, we have Spirit of the Spires, which is pretty decent, and like kind of does work with some of the stuff we have. So, like, yeah, Teysa's cool and all, but we don't really have any whatchamadoozits, cards that like spit out 1/1s. I'm gonna take Spirit of the Spires here. I could respect the speculative Teysa pick, but we're a little bit lower on the playables right now. Like, I'm not really sold on black quite yet. It looks like we're just like blue-white stuff. And here we have Orzhov Gilgate, which helps us with our black splash. Concordia Pegasus, which is pretty mediocre. With High Alert, it's pretty good. Orator, which is pretty mediocre. Fairy Duelist. I'd rather just take the Gilgate here. Opens up our black splash, which is Oh my god, so likely. High alert. If we haven't picked too many creatures up, but high alert currently is beneficial for Spiritless Buyers and anything it pumps, and that's it. But it does open the options up to go more in on it. There's nothing we really care about aside from that. Like Dovin's Acuity can turn into some value, but I'm down to go in on high alert here. And here we have Ministrant of Obligation. The card is the better card. Concordant Pegasus works better with high alert, but more realistically, like Ministrant is just the better card. And even if we're playing high alert, like it's still pretty decent. So I'm gonna take it here. And here we have a pack with Scorchmark, and like Beastmaster's okay, Renhorn's pretty good, but we're not looking to go into like Simic White. There's nothing, it's like not that good to really move in on that. We're gonna move on Code and Constraint here. Pretty decent card. And we can pick up an Orzhov Guildgate for our mana to help with a Black Splash. So we currently really, Blade Juggler, like nothing really to care about. Slimebind, pretty decent. Screaming Shield is actually in sideboarded games can be really good if like people are just playing grindy decks, and it also works well with high alert. But we're not looking for that. We're gonna play Slimebind or Sentinel's Mark here, and I think Sentinel's Mark works pretty well with what we have going on. And now we can go Final Payment, which we can play off of Splash, or nothing. If you're in red-black, Flameblade Artist is pretty dark. Fireblade Artist, sorry, is pretty good. Rumbling Ruin's more in the red-green decks. But yeah, we're gonna pick up this Final Payment here. And Civil Stalwart is pretty garbage. Locket's pretty decent, and we'll pick that up. And nothing you want to play here, or even really can play. If you're in red, like Recluse is actually pretty good. I never really played Prying Eyes, but if you have to, it's an option. Yeah, Rakdos just seemed open, man. Concordia Pegasus or Watchdog, and like we are playing High Alert. High Alert does make it so the Watchdog can attack. We only have one copy of High Alert, so I wouldn't be like too hexed into like making it work. So between the two, I'd rather play the Pegasus. And Senate Courier or Homunculus. Once again, in situations without High Alert, Courier is just the better card. Junk Troller for the memes. If we actually play with sideboards, this actually would be a good pickup for really grindy matchups. Consign to the Pit, okay. All right, so we got an Angel of Grace. This card's really great, right? I never had like amazing moments with it, but it really is just even a 5-mana 5/4 flyer. We'd be playing that, and the fact that it has all this gravy of like we can't lose that turn. Maybe we could gain some life later on. It's fantastic. Aside from that, like nothing we really care about. Vindictive Vampire and Daggercaster are great, especially for Rakdos decks, and he's great for Orzhov too. Biogenic Upgrade is like your overrun effect that really lasts, and it's really strong. And yeah, like then nothing really care about like Pegasus, Admission, Guildgate. So we're gonna easy peasy take this Angel of Grace, and now our deck looks a whole lot better. So this pack, we have Frenzied Airings, one of the better commons in the set. I think I placed at like number 6. And yeah, we're not in those colors. Nothing like this isn't just like, oh, our colors aren't open. We are one pick into this pack, and there's literally nothing we care about. So we'll just pick the lowest drop, like some of the lower drops that work with what we're trying to do, which is just like make it to the later parts. And Imprison Orator or Sage's Rose Savant seems to be the pick. And Orator, like, don't have a ton. I think I like Savant better, just as a way to help us. I'd rather have the card selection than the life for the most part. All right, and here we have Senate Griffin, which is pretty good. It gets worse with High Alert, so that's something to consider. But like, you know, what else am I gonna take? Flames of Raised Boar. I've had very few moments where it was actually that good. It's a great card. If you were in like red, you pick this early. Like, this is great. But I haven't had those like huge blowout moments yet in like these red green decks. But it's a good card. Eyes Everywhere is not that bad, but it's not good either. So we're gonna take Senate Griffin here. And here we have Skatewing Spy, which in our deck is not that great, right? It's a 4-mana 2/3 that if we pay 6, can be a 4/5 flyer. We have nothing that really makes 1/1 counters. It's really meant for like these like green fatties that like pick up the counters in like a Simic build and not an Azorius build. And that's a mistake a lot of people make because they associate it as being a great card, but in fact it doesn't work with our deck. Like, we can play it. We shouldn't play it. Like, we could, if we drafted it, like, yeah, we'd play it. But, you know, we could pick up a third Summary Judgment and be fairly happy with that. So that's the pickup here. And yeah, now we have Concordia Pegasus, Sentinel's Mark, Ill-Gotten Inheritance if we go off the splash, which we currently have like one Guildgate chilling around. Maybe we can like pick up a second one and go on that. Storeform Hybrid, that was the card I forgot the name of, one of the better green commons in the set. And we already have one Sentinel's Mark. I'd rather not have a second one. So we're going to take the Pegasus here. And like, yeah, it's just a better like early drop that we can use to stall to the later stuff. And maybe can beat down with High Alert. All right. And now amazing black cards here. Vindictive Vampire, Grotesque Demise, Grasping Thrall. So theoretically, there are 10 cards. 2 cards will come back, and neither of them will be any of these black cards. So we could either take the good black cards, and maybe we... Final Payment's out. So we can either take the good black cards, and, like, maybe they come around. We can take the Orzhov Guildgate, and theoretically any other black card between Consign, Blade Juggler, Final Payment. Like, we splash it. It's not really necessarily like worth splashing, but like we have the ability to. I think out of all the black cards worth splashing, it's like 1, 2. These 2 guys. Anything else is pretty garbage. So I think the play is actually to pick up Grotesque Demise, and if we hit another Guildgate, like we are low on playables right now, we could bring in 2 pretty rough cards, but we're here to take a little risk here, and I think I'm down to take a Grotesque Demise, and we can take a Fairy Duelist, which is pretty mediocre, a Grasping Thrall, and then all of a sudden we're splashing like Final Payment, Grasping Thrall, Blade Juggler, a couple other cards, but we wouldn't have the necessarily like the Guild Gates. So let's pick up the Fairy Duelist here, and yeah, this is just a bad pack for us. We'll take away the Scorch Mark and Black-White Guildgate, number 2. Okay. Clear the Mind. If we're playing a sideboard game, it's always good to have one just chilling around. Not like a high priority, but like in situations like this where you don't need anything. There's literally nothing we need here, though. Maybe we do the Clear the Mind Junk Troller shenanigans. We can't play anything else. The Scopa Vampire in a sideboard game can be pretty decent. Twilight Panther on a black splash is miserable. We're going to take the Vampire here. And yeah, nothing we care about. Like Titanic Brawl people thought that'd be one of the better commons, and it did not pan out. We'll take its second Sentinel's Mark just cuz. Grasping Thrall just cuz. And yeah. So we're pretty heavy on the blue-white thing with maybe a black splash. Deck's pretty decent. On the black splash, it's just like Grasping Throw, Grotesque. If we had an Orzhov, yeah, this is just 4 black sources for what we have going on. Does that change when sometimes like Hybrid Mana throws things off a lot with the counter? Sage's Row Savant we'll take out. We'll take out. We don't need all his tempo cards. I think out of all of them, probably like Admonition. Probably Constraint's better than Admonition, just because like locking out a creature means you don't have to like deal with Riot coming back down and slamming you. I don't know. But then they have to repay it. That's tricky. So our deck's looking pretty decent. Without the black, 1/2, we have a pretty like okay deck. The 2 Sentinels mark is maybe not ideal, but throw away the non-creature spells for a second to get an idea of the creature count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Yeah, that's a low creature count. So with the splash, we added Grasping Throw, we added Grotesque, and a Final Payment. And our mana's not that choked up. If anything, yeah, I think that's decent. We rock the High Alert. Only Angel of Grace slightly doesn't benefit, and this doesn't benefit. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like a good amount of things do benefit from it. Maybe we cut Sentinel's Mark for Admonition, or for Blade Juggler on the splash, Consign. Yeah, Sentinel's Mark with a low creature count. Yeah, I think we rock this. It looks pretty decent. And we just run it by with this and start playing. As per usual, whether we go 0-3 or 7-0, let's be honest. All right, so we had an okay draft. Some things just didn't necessarily pan out for us. This is a keeper right here. This card might as well not exist though, because we don't have the mana for it. But even then, we'd keep this 6. Yeah, like things didn't pan out. There were some packs that we opened that just like once we had already established, like we're in blue-white with like double Law Mage's Binding and some other stuff, like just literally had nothing, and be literally like second pick from a pack in pack 2 was desolate, and like that was just a common thing that happened. All right, so we can develop the High Alert or Law Mage's Binding, and yeah, I'm down to just get the High Alert down. If he counters that, our deck becomes like 10,000 times worse. With Sharkdo Crab, nah, like we passed that Sharkdo Crab. We took a Law Mage's Binding. That's like fine that we did that. Actually, I like Law Mage's Binding more than Sharkdo Crab, just because the like Simic's just a trap, honestly. So yeah, we'll Law Mage's Binding his hybrid. We need to lower that pressure, and if we hit our 5th land drop, we're in the money. Then all of a sudden we have Angel of Grace and Chillbringer and all this other good stuff. All right, Admonition, solid. Drop a land. Do we play Angel of Grace or Chillbringer? Angel of Grace, if we play it, we flash it in. And our opponent doesn't have double blue at the moment. And we flash in, kill the courier, I guess. Like just eat it. That seems good. If opponent hits a double blue and then counters it, I will cry. But we still doing the correct play here. Flash in the Angel of Grace. There's no reason to hold off and wait until its ability is relevant, because that's just too late. And yeah, we'll block you 1/4 because it's really good at like stopping some flyers. Oh, Arrested Admonition. Okay. All right. Sounds good. And now we're on 6 lands here. I kind of like just playing Grasping Thrill, maybe. And then next turn, like holding up Thought Collapse or Angel of Grace. And keep him on his toes a little, you know? Know what I mean? Yeah, he's 1 mana off of, like, activating Hybrid. Oh, we have so many instant speed things going on. That's cool. And High Alert itself. Like, we're in the money. Opponent goes in for the attacks. You got anything, kid? If you play nothing. Alright, Angel of Grace. If he has the counter, now that he has the double blue, that's very plausible. Yep. Okay, no problem. So now it just like chills in our graveyard and we have that effect that I like how it has the reminder here, otherwise we'd totally forget about it. Alright, so now we can go Chillbringer and tap down your Courier, I guess, just to get in for some damage. Rendhorn, my man. Okay. I'm going to play a Hasty Rendhorn. A Hasty Rendhorn. Alright. What do we do? Pay 5 life and kill the Rendhorn now instead of taking 4. And then we take 3. So go down to 5. Or... yeah. Yeah, let's go down to 5. Ooh, we could even sacrifice High Alert if we want to. This 3/2. What do we do about you, kid? Yeah, let's eat it. We have some life to eat. Ooh. We can give it lifelink and stuff. And vigilance. Now, then we have enough mana for a bunch of things. Alright, sounds good. If he has to bounce one or the other, in this situation, I think bouncing Chillbringer would be better for me. So I'll put it on Chillbringer. And gain 4. 5. And yeah. If he makes a mistake of attacking first with Hybrid and then taking a chance to adapt, I could respond to the adapt and nuke it with Summary Judgment. He's facing lethal in the air, except for with Senate Courier. But yeah, we have some stuff going on, man. Mammoth Spider. I'll Thought Collapse that. That seems appropriate. What you got, kid? Nice. Alright. Is there a +2 attack thing that I'm not aware about? I'll summary judgment that. And yeah, toast you in the air for 7. Go down to 2. And then P. Terramander, my man, with 3 spells in the yard. Good game, kid. Good game. You lost my terrible deck. Take a lap. What do we win? A Militia Bugler. And on to game number 2. Ooh. I'm on like such a content binge right now. I'm just recording draft after draft after draft because I'm in a situation where I'm moving. I'm actually shipping my PC, and I want to make sure I want to get on the content train, and I want to make sure I have it before I leave. And man, this hand is rough. If we hit a single white source, we're good. We got an opening Terramander. But let's see, we rock 6 white sources. We're on the draw too. You know, because we're on the draw, I'm actually inclined to say yes. This is the problem with best of ones, man. If we could just lose the match because of this. Yeah, let's mulligan. All right, this hand's a little better. Still a little risky. We're on the draw once again. We got a scry. We'll keep any land on top. Beggars can't be choosers. That's not a land. The worst is whenever you like scry a card to the bottom, and you just like, that's a Terramander, so it's like not that much. But like I've had drafts where I drafted like a Liliana, and then it's like I need to keep a land on top, and all of a sudden like it's like you scry one, it's like Liliana, and you have to bottom it. Like that's a terrible feeling. I don't know if I'd summary judgment the Panther, because like we don't have, do we have any ground threats honestly? Might just all be in the air. And yeah, we'll eat it. If he plays, like as far as I know, it's a 1-mana 1/2. I don't think there's any reason to. Noxious Grudian. Okay. Alright, so we'll develop our high alert here. I would more likely not summary judgment the Noxious Grudian, because that's 2 damage, which is a little bit more. But we have to develop this high alert eventually anyway. Alright, Oligarch. Gurk and Gilgate, okay. Alright. Yeah, now our opponent's rocking an Orzhov deck. He's got the grind. I'm gonna summary judgment this dude, alleviate some of that pressure. Still taking 3 though. That's not nothing. 1 is nothing. 3 is something. It's more than nothing. Drill bit. Taylor. Alright, yeah, so he had 2 good choices. We'll drop a Chillbringer to slow down. We can block the Oligarch. What we really can't block is a Panther. So we'll actually tap the Panther. And we'll eat 1. No problem. I will not take that trade. And now we have Senate Courier, which can attack and block, and a Concordia Pegasus. So we can actually start turning the tables around a little bit. Let's just see what he's got. He's got a summary judgment. Okay. We'll go Concordia Pegasus into Senate Courier. And now look, you're facing down 10 power in the air, thanks to High Alert. If you have the enchantment removal from Mortify, like, you're good. But if you don't, yeah, whoa, okay, he got it. Now my deck sucks. We're not in the worst spot, but yeah, we're gonna take 2 from these, so we can like match his 2 with our 2 in the air. But we're still, yeah, we're not in the clear. That's the problem with High Alert, is even though most decks can't deal with enchantments, the boogeyman of the format, black-white, like, has Mortify sometimes, and Mortify in the main deck in best of 1, and yeah, that's not a good thing, because now I'm playing with a 1-4 and a 1-3. We have our 3 turn clock on our opponent, so we're not out for the count quite yet. And yeah, I'm not going to summary judgment those guys. Screw that. No blocks. We need to deal with some other stuff. Those guys aren't going to be what beats me in a race. Oh, snap. Okay. Well, this is what does it to us. So yeah, now we'll do it now. Just alleviate some of that pressure. And give vigilance. And send everyone in. And yeah, our opponent won. Illigon Inheritance is too much for us. We're going to go down to 6. Puts down to 5. If we ever threaten his life total, if he's smart, he'll just fling it at us, and that's that. Yeah, like let's see, 4, 5. Is there like a 3 damage thing? We have a 2 damage thing. Strix, yeah, this is 2 damage. Do you have any 3 damage pulls? No, he doesn't have 6 mana though. So I think we actually take it. This is our like only out really. So just eat it. Hope that he can't just fling it at us, and maybe we can kill him. Oh man, what's going on? Did I lose connection? Is the game going? Aw, dude. Just kill me. End me. End me. I'm not gonna scoop though. I don't want to give him the satisfaction. Because like there's a pretty solid chance we do just win. And by solid I mean very small. But I have hopes if he doesn't hit his 6th land that we can still win. So I'm not gonna give him the satisfaction. Instead, I'm going to give vigilance. Smork him for 5. He'll then go down to 3, go up to 4. If he draws a land, I lose. If he doesn't, and I think I win. I mean, I lose anyway if he doesn't have a land. I win. So might as well just eat it and counter anything that he plays, I'd imagine. like a Spawn of Mayhem. That big boy. Oh, are we gonna steal this game? Oh my god. Look at these little shitters. We just stole a game. Goodbye. We didn't deserve that game. We didn't get that lucky either. Our creatures are abysmal without High Alert. You dealt with that. But you know what you couldn't deal with? My 1/4 in the air with Vigilance. My 1/3 in the air. And you know what? That's what matters. Are these garbage flying creatures. These heaping dumpster trucks that High Alert turns into huge beaters. Could have finished you off so much earlier. But no, you had Mortify and Ill-Gotten Inheritance, and you hit your 6th land. So, GG, get wrecked. I will take that win. Now against Deox. And yeah, we're going to keep this 7. If we go Pegasus into Courier into High Alert, that's a lot of damage. That's a scary amount. Is it better to do Pegasus, High Alert, Courier? That would be 3, 3. Or would it be better to do... I'm trying to think out math, but I'm being really stupid right now about if it's better, more damage in the long run. To deal 2 less. Yeah, it's more damage to drop out Courier first. Because I'm dealing 2 less than I would with Pegasus. And then 5 more, 6 more, 5 more. Yeah. Alright. Drop out the Courier. Swing with a birdie. Flying Horse. And 7 him. If he has the double red, double green dude, that is a way to deal with High Alert. Which is upsetting. But if he doesn't, or even if he does, that thing doesn't have haste, I think. So, no. No. You're about to see how much more that would have mattered. You piece of garbage. Yeah, we'll drop High Alert. I like having that out now. Get him for 3. And if we have to, we can get him for 3 and then like hold up High Alert mana or Thought Collapse mana. Our opponent's got more damage on the board for the race, that's for sure. But yeah, we have some tricks up our sleeves, you know. I think we go for Code of Constraint now, and then maybe we get enough mana to actually do that plus Summary Judgment or something. Well, just to hit our land drops. And yeah, we'll get him for 3. Probably, if he doesn't play anything that attacks and ruins my life, I will just deal with the Gore Clan Wrecker. Alright, Solano Wayfinder. Find nothing. Haha! And yeah, swing at me, kid. And I'll point a removal spell, but not at him. Haha. I don't care about this 2. I care about that 3. And now, we are in the money. We're going to get in for 3. We're going to play the less mana efficient play, but maybe not as good at racing. But then next turn we go Spirit of the Spires and hit you for 8. Oh, baby. Alright, if he has Sure Strike and I block, I actually don't win. So I'm just going to eat it. I've seen enough of that garbage card. And yeah, Spirit of the Spires. Give him the good game. Attack. Get High Alerted, kid. Goodbye. Singleton High Alert. And we're drawing it. And we're doing work. And even when our opponent's disrupted, even when they take away our high alert or take away our 3 mana 4/4 possibly vigilance flyer, like, we got plenty going on. We're declaring our dominance on them. 3-0 with this dumpster fire of a deck, and feeling good. Feeling good. Drawn well. Made some tough choices. And now we're playing against Primordial One, who paid money for Angrath, Magic the Gathering's best father in the game. And yeah, we're going to get dealt this garbage hand, which we will mulligan. We do have like a play off of it, but we're on the play. And yeah, we're just going to mulligan. This hand's also pretty bad, slightly better, but we can't go any further. So we'll keep this Scry. We'll keep it because it's a land, even though we want black. Just the aggregate amount of lands is nice too. Opponent's an Orzhov, maybe some other stuff. Our mulligan may have ended us because it's Orzhov. That's how they roll. We can play Minister of Obligation, but Senate Courier blocks Oligarch better, and that's pretty nice. Once we hit our black, we're in business. Ooh, Grotesque Demise. Okay. Get hit for 2. And we'll play our Minister of Obligation. And just go for the block. If it comes. If not, we'll be fine. We just need to stem the bleeding before we hit our flyers. He also has probably some very similar things going on. We have more tokens than you, though, but he is 2 cards ahead because he's on the draw. And Drill Bit. That card ruins me. If he takes the binding, all of a sudden it's black or bust. So that card is putting us in quite the pickle. And he did not put us in that situation. Instead, he opted to do nothing. So we're going to attack. He's going to draft a token. That's okay. We'll blank him for 1. And he drops a Grasping Throw, which we will not Law Mage's Binding because we could Summary Judgment it. There's some things that we can't Summary Judgment that we can Law Mage's Binding. And we don't have to worry about mana efficiency because we're not drawing any lands. So instead, we'll just pass turn. And when he attacks, we'll Summary Judgment it. Call it that. He might even be flighting out a little bit. Two ends of the same coin. But we need some lands. We'll get in for our free point of damage, like gents, and then pass turn, holding up a Summary Judgment, which won't be activated, but, you know, it'll be in our hand. And, lock it. Don't counter a lock it, my man. Don't do it. And now we're so much closer to that zesty 5 mana. Oh, boy. Well, we're going to get it for 1. A little stab in the eye with the Spirit, you know, the usual. And then play a 1 mana 1/1 flyer, which we don't have the mana to upgrade, I think. We have two instants in the yard. So he'll cost 6 to upgrade. He'll cost 5 once we Summary Judgment. Oh, but he'll just use Grotesque Demise. And you know what? That's okay. I could not care. Later in the game, sure, it's scary. Grotesque Demise, whatever. But for now, it just pings you for 1 in the air. That's fine. And yeah, we're gonna continue to ping on. We hit our 5th land. We have Angel of Grace too. Wowee. Oh, he's got an Angel of Grace. But what if I told you, kid, that I have a Law Mage's Binding, and your Angel of Grace can eat a dill as I poke you in the face for 1? Oh my god. He's got the Mortify. All of a sudden, he can smack me. I can Summary Judgment it and hope he doesn't have a counter. Quite the game. Quite the game. And yeah, it seems that our opponent also has an Angel of Grace, but ours will thrive once we hit our eventual 5th lands. Yes. And now look at us. We're going to capitalize that our opponent drew so many lands and we drew barely any. We're gonna turn the tables. He's got consigns to the pit. Do we even care? Do we just counter it because life loss and stuff? I'm inclined to actually just counter it. Even though I normally wouldn't care. We would go down to 7 and then 4. Oh. Yeah, let's counter it. I normally wouldn't care, but the life loss is actually important. Oh, we're milling. Our opponent's his deck is actually looking like a better version of ours. We will take 3, though. It's not worth chumping quite yet. And kablooey. Which should we drop first? I think we go for the hot Angel of Grace. Right? On his turn? No. Yes? Oh, he doesn't have double blue. So we poke in for 1. And then we pass. We wait for our opponent to attack. Angel of Grace. Smork him. Get him good. Archway Angel. Okay. Gain that life. You got it, girl. And then when you come in to my house with that Grasping Thrall, I'll give that a nice. Drop my Angel of Grace. And then block. Got him. Good game. Take a seat and watch Coach Joel, Mana Shark, mess you up. Now we're on our flawless 4-0. Keeping the train rolling. I'm not even rocking hair gel today. And we're killing it. Absolutely killing it. On to our next opponent. Slivin Good. Oh, it's like living good, but slivin good. Okay. And yeah, this is a keeper right here. We have 3 early spells of interaction. We have nothing else going on. But you know, that's how Magic is intended to be played. With literally nothing going on. Just stopping what our opponent's doing. And he's playing Azorius. Okay. So we're going to rock out with our Glock out and play a Concordia Pegasus. A 1/3 beautiful, majestic, flying horse. And take on his 2/2. He drops his own Pegasus. If he plays a high alert, chances are he probably drafted a better high alert deck than me. So we'll be a little cautious about that. I'd rather develop the island because we can summary judgment most things that we can also grotesque. And I'd rather just hold up the thought collapse. And yeah, we'll probably just thought collapse, honestly, like anything he plays. Like that is a card advantage generated right there. And we'll mill him, maybe mill some good stuff. Oh, we did mill some good stuff. Your deck is considerably better than mine. But that's okay, because I milled some of the good stuff. And yeah, block here. Take 1, 19, no problem. And man, we get the house, we get the Senate Courier. He's got a big caboose, and will stop anything coming his way. And that's exactly what he'll be doing. Anchoring down the fort as a 1/4. I don't know how we'll lose with the unstoppable toughness of... Oh, nah. No, we have... Is that converted mana cost? No. Power 3. Got him. We're good. This guy won't even know what hit him as we destroy him. So we're gonna... Yeah, we're just gonna do it now. I'd rather not risk it for the biscuit, you know? And we give Vigilance. Yeah, we'll give Vigilance. And swing in. We deal a whole point of damage, destroying our opponent's will to live right now. He's sitting at 20 life, thinking, what can I even do? And he plays another pathetic 2/5 that can slowly end us. But no problem, because we can stop 2 damage and take 1 with our mighty Senate Courier. Then we could drop a Chillbringer and freeze down his dude, or an Angel of Grace and surprise the hell out of him. I'm inclined to do either. What we're going to do is we're going to attack with Senate Courier and Concordia Pegasus. We'll give him a good old oops, and then make our decision. All right, now we give the oops. Okay, so it looks convincing. Now we go to damage. 1-2. And yeah, our opponent is shaking right now. He doesn't know what to do. I just oopsed him. I didn't even play anything. He's gonna attack me, and I'm just gonna get him. He has no idea what's coming. We're gonna Angel of Grace him and just stop him cold in his tracks. Unless he casts a Thought Collapse or an Essence Capture, in that case, I am stopped cold in my tracks. But he resolves, or she. I don't. You know, it's more likely a she if I was being gender stereotypical. So, you know, instead it's a he. I'm breaking gender norms, and now I'm taking 5 damage. No problem. We can deal with the Law Mage's Binding. We can fling it with Final Payment. For now, we can develop the Chillbringer. I kind of like that. Develop the Chillbringer, tap down the Night Arbiter, and go to town. Pound town. We can actually Summary Judgment next turn, the 5 power, and yeah, get him for 2. Ooh, Duelist comes down, soaks one up, blocks the other, gains him a life. I don't know what to do anymore. I'll just commit Sudoku. Goodbye. Our opponent goes on with his 2 measly cards, and that becomes 3 measly cards. But that's okay. Our Angel of Grace, as it sits right now, we can't activate it. I've literally never activated Limited, I'm pretty sure. And if I did it didn't matter. Yeah. So we're going to swing for 5. Well, let's start with Summary Judgment. I don't want to give him Vigilance and then find out like my opponent protected it. Okay. No problem. If we swing for 5, then our opponent can... Yeah. We'll just swing just Chillbringer then, maybe? Yeah, that seems good. Just Chillbringer. Bring the chills to him. And we have some, you know, instant speed interaction going on. Maybe we drop a High Alert later. Summary Judgment. So now we can fling this boy to Final Payment, but I actually like flinging the Angel of Grace to Final Payment. And we only have 1 Final Payment in our deck, and I'll drink every time I say the word Final Payment, or Summary Judgment. So yeah, we'll eat the 3 right now because we want the Angel of Grace ability to be available. Ooh, Senate Courier of his own. Wowzers, dude. And if our opponent messes up, nope. He makes a dumb attack. We have the Fairy Duelist. Attention, Duelists. We will drop the Orzhov Guildgate here. We have no reason to attack. And congrats, the board state does nothing. If either one of us drop a High Alert, then it is officially Pound Town. But until then, you know. Alright, Senate Courier. Do we play the Fairy Duelist just to like avoid 2 damage? I don't even know if that really matters. Oh, yeah, our opponent messed up. Okay. So we'll Fairy Duelist. Shrink is 2-2. And then double block is 2-2. Oh, actually, no, we should have done that to his Fairy Duelist. Oops. Well, he can't kill anything anyway. So we'll double block here. We'll take... Yeah, this is the correct play. Because neither of them die anyway. We kill Duelist. We don't take anything from the Orator. Orator would matter if we were like in a very intense race. We're going to sacrifice Angel Grace. And bam, flinged at him. Got him good. Now we have a draw source. Wow. And yeah, we're golden. It's a very slow climb, but we'll get there. And yeah, is our opponent done? He is. Our turn. Wow. Give that a Plains. We'll activate Azorius Locket. Probably should have played that Plains not first. Doesn't matter though. Not punished. Always lucky. 2 lands. Perfect. Now we pass turn. Have our opponent see what's up. Show him the goods. If he attacks with Concoria Pegasus, we triple block that and toast him. So quite the game. Quite the board state. We can even shrink our life total by 1 if we're feeling real saucy. Yeah. Nothing else going on. Just hit those land drops for that fat whatever spell I have that can possibly use up any of that mana. And yeah. Senate Guildmage. That card we have to Summary Judgment that. Because that will turn all of his lands into actually good, usable cards. And that's terrifying. So we'll have to not let that continue once we can. And wow. Play Plains. And pass the turn. He's got a stone wall. I got a stone wall. I could push through 1 damage, but it's better not to. It's better to just it's really better to just not push through that 1 damage when he can then attack us back for 1 when we're at the lower life total. He's got the Syndicate Messenger. What a swole man. 2/3 bird person. It's just a bird. It's a weird looking bird, but a bird. That's a bird though. What a majestic bird. We're gonna drop an island. We got a Summary Judgment again. And yeah, we're in the gold. Pass turn. That messenger is a bully of the air. Impassioned Orator, gaining even more life, chilling on the ground. He can actually start pushing some damage here. Now he's got, quite the floor presence, shall we say. But it's okay, because we intimidate him with our bad breath. And we will not do anything. Drop a land, pass turn, as a champion does. And all of a sudden, our opponent's like, whoa, what is he doing? What is he up to? How can he be doing this? And then he plays Windstorm Drake and makes me cry. If he makes the mistake of attacking with it next turn, I can deal with it. But for now, it just sits there and terrifies me. Ooh, giving vigilance to his courier. And he is in the money. Absolutely. Punching in for all that damage. But he's not attacking properly. So I will easy peasy block both and take 0 damage. He should definitely send in all of his guys. I don't know what he's afraid of. He's at 26. And yeah, we have no looting effects. So there's no reason to really hold on to lands, I think. But yeah, we'll Grasping Thrall his booty. Costs, 6 to activate? Yeah, so even if we drop the land, we can't activate plus Judgment. We won't need to. And yeah, we'll pass turn. Give it off to our opponent. And if our opponent attacks with Drake, we will roast his butt. Ooh, we scared him off. Another day, another dollar. Lawmage's Binding doesn't actually deal with the Drake because it would still exist and be threatful. However, it does deal with a Syndicate Messenger or something. That's nice. It's something. We got 2 high quality cards in hand. He drops a Syndicate Messenger. No problem. He gains 1,000,000 life. No problem. It's all about board state here. But it looks like we might actually deck, but I have more cards in my deck, which is interesting. So yeah, we'll... I'm not actually considering decking as like an actual thing, but we'll allow me just binding his messenger. Just keep that out of the way. And wow, an island, wow. And we'll scare him with that island. Point it at his face. Pass the turn. And keep things rolling. We're at 13 cards to his 9, 13 life to his 26. So we're winning. If it comes down to decking, we win. But I don't think... he's got to be playing High Alert. And yeah, we got an island. We're gonna do nothing. Will Lami just binding? If he has the High Alert, will Lami just binding the courier? If he doesn't, yeah. Draw go, draw go. Haha, Concordia Pegasus, my man. If he has the Thought Collapse, I am still okay. Essence Capture. Alright. We'll respond with a Law Mage's Binding, just to see what's up. Okay. No problem. You beefed it up to the point where... yeah. He's got a 2-3, a 3-3, and a 3-3 in the air. And yeah, we're not attacking. We're going to just stall out the game. I think given we have Angel of Grace, we have a pretty solid shot of just decking him. Just stalling this shit out. If we play anything though, he might have a Thought Scour in his deck. Like I don't think he's played one yet. And it's fairly safe to say he has one. Okay. Drop a Swamp. Draw go. Cancel tax, no tax. That was a close misclick. He's at 5 cards. Under the gun. Here. He's got to start attacking. But he won't because he doesn't have the clackers to do so. We got a P. Terramanda. Doing P. Terramanda things. And yeah, we'll get this beefy boy up and going. He plays a Syndicate Messenger. What a chump. Gains all the life in the world. I don't have enough cards actually to deal with all that life total. So I'm inclined to honestly never play anything again and just stall the board. We're going to activate Terramander, the P, Manda, and untap draw. Drop an island. And yeah. If we play nothing, we have 7 cards. He has 3. Even if he has one doozy, one counter spell, Thought Collapse, we're in the clear because we'll still be 1 card ahead. You have 3 cards in your deck, dude. Yes. We'll drop an island. And yeah. Oh, are we playing the angel that gains us per gate? I don't think so. Gateway, snack. Okay. You actually have enough damage. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 creatures. I have 5. 3 get through. Right? Yeah, I'm fine. He kind of has to start attacking, though. Next turn, he actually has to attack. So, if I attack with Terramander with a Sentinel's Mark on it, I gain a ton a ton of life. It doesn't die. Let's see. I would gain 6 life if he connects. And yeah, it gives it vigilance. There's literally no reason not to. I am ahead on cards in deck. And yeah, gains 6, please. If he wants like quadruple block or whatever, because you're not killing me at 19. You're just gonna deck out. Yep. Good game, kid. Good game. Flawless victory with the Terra Manda Flow. Decking our opponent out as a blue-white Flyers garbage pile deck at 5 wins, 5-0. Is this our flawless 7-0 victory? I think so. Against DJ Benji, who has the most fire mixtapes in all of the land. We're going to destroy him as we don't draw a single blue source, but we have Hope, Charisma, and 2 cards that we can play off. 2 very solid cards. We need an aggregate number of lands anyway. YOLO. Blue is like half our deck, but I got a good feeling. We've been running hot with this dumpster fire. We've made a lot of logical choices. Let's have fun one game and get paid off with an island. Wow. Now we hit a second island. No, we don't. Maybe we'll just flood out this game. But, we're going to play Minister of Obligation. Our opponent might have a Grotesque Demise and neutralize this thing on the spot. Yep. And it's okay because we have Spirit of the Spires. We have Grasping Thrall. We have lots of cool stuff going on. Angelic Exaltation scares the hell out of me, but hey, who knows? Who knows? We got a Law Mage's Binding, whatever is coming our way, including a Grasping Thrall of his own, and that's okay, because we're gonna play a Grasping Thrall, and ours is better. It's got a bigger caboose. He has Angelic Exaltation though, and we have to figure out a way to deal with the defenses if he has multiple flyers. But in the meantime, we'll just take, since in a 5/5, we can double block and one of our creatures dies, or we could just eat it. I kind of like just eating it. I'm hungry. I'll take it. And yeah, if we swing it for 5, he can come back at us for 6. We can Law Mage's Binding. And yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky situation. Maybe we should have ate him. But this does have, this doesn't have Vigilance. I thought it did. Okay. We'll just chomp through. But yeah, Angelic Exaltation could just win him the game here. Chomping for 5, okay. Ideally we could do something plus Thought Collapse, but we don't have the luck of the gods. We've been running hot for too long, and our opponent just needs to play a Plague White. Jeez. Honestly, to alleviate the pressure, we have literally nothing going on. I'm going to do it. Thought Collapse that boy. Oh, Mill to Gutter Bones. Just my freaking luck. That's actually a reason not to mill someone. But hey, even if we knew we had it, we'd still play it. It just sucks that we hit it. And yeah, we lose. We have nothing going on. We can chump block. Yeah, we're toast here. Angelic Exaltation, I salute you. You're a good card. I get it. So, on to 5-1. Flawless win. We lost to Angelic Exaltation, but we flooded out so hard. Like, literally nothing happened that game. He played it on turn 4, I had nothing until turn 4. We went from a hand with like two lands to so many. This hand is Garbanzo Beans. We will mulligan it, but our opponent's on the play, so yeah, we'll mulligan. This hand's also bad, but we'll keep it, and that's not a land, so we bin it. It's actually very similar to our previous one, if anything, a little worse. But still happy I mulliganed the first one, but not happy at my opponent who's playing an Orzhov Guildgate and passing, while we play a Terramanda, getting in for 1 damage every single darn turn until he dies. Followed by a Pegasus, and all of a sudden we have 2 power in the air. Like, we're going to get him good. We're going to get this Munker, this measly man. He doesn't lift like Terramander does. And he has a Sky Tether, a card we took something stupid over it, I think. No, we took Guildgate, actually, I think. Oh, no, we took Blade Juggler, which I'd still do that pick because it looked like we were maybe moving towards a heavier Esper, but instead we're doing a little splash. We're going to save Sentinel's Mark and use it like a combat trick. Normally don't play it proactively, but there are times where you really need to get out life, you throw it out proactively and do your thing. We have final payment fodder right now, which can help us a lot. Syndicate Messenger, we will binding it, sure. Keep up our 1 damage of pressure. Ping our opponent for 1 and destroy his will to live as we're on a roll. We're 5-1. And Viscopa Vampire, tear down that wall. Goodbye. I don't care about you. I'm going to summary judgment you later. But for now, I'll develop the High Alert. I'm down. As long as you... Actually, he can't even attack me well because I have Terramander. Idiot. So... I could just 2-for-1 him and kill his Sky Tether and Viscopa Vampire. He's got Angelic Exaltation, though, and makes me cry. But no problem, sir. No problem, because I will destroy your only creature. And with that, your will to live. Azorius Locket hits the board. Get rid of that. And pump in for 1. Ooh, sorry, for 3, because I'm good. And, yeah. What you got, kid? You got Angelic Exaltation. I lost that already. And, yeah, it's scary. But I could punch you for 5 lifelink. Vigilance. That could actually be what turns the tide, honestly, is lifelink Vigilance. Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Wowzers. So we now are in a little bit of a damage race. So maybe that's a consideration for Sentinel's Mark. For punching in for 5. Bring our opponent to 12. Bring us up 5. And we can't activate Locket quite yet. So I'm kind of inclined to just do it. I don't know. No, maybe we're being dumb by, like, it's 2 every turn. It gains us 5 right now. Gives us Vigilance against Angelic, but we do get 2-for-1s. Yeah, I'm okay with that. We need to help our clock a little bit, because our opponent does have the slow grind in his. Wait, he can attack? Oh! Wow. Because Sky Tether gives a defender, but High Alert takes it away. It giveth and taketh away. So I missed out on that one. But now we shall give it to him. I believe it's X who is going to give it to him. As I end of turn, pay 5 life, target a creature, toast his ass, untap, drop a land, Terramander. Now I have a fat defending Terramander coming at you. You're at 4. You have to activate your Ill-Gotten Inheritance to not die. No, you still die. You're dead. Goodbye, kid. You're nothing. And Senate Griffin hits the board doing nothing. You're nothing, kid. And, yeah. For some bad manners, we're going to Law Mage's Binding and crunch him for 5. Or 10, sorry. Because Terramander is defending and destroying. So our opponent is dead. Goodbye. On to the next. Bring me your best champion, my friend. At 6-1. High alert. On high alert. And, yeah. We missed out on 1 damage with Terramander. It won't happen again. But we're doing well. We're killing it. We're playing. That was the 2nd Angelic Exaltation deck in a row. Perhaps it's a really good card. And something to consider. Rena's having trouble finding a worthy opponent for my mighty high alert. Hey, your name is dumb. We're gonna... This is like a pretty okay hand. We have... So if this was a 6 and we just didn't have a plains, we would keep it. We're on the play. So we're already down on resources, because on the draw you just have more. We got a 2 into a 3. Yeah, I'll keep it. I'll keep it. I think it's keepable. We'll develop the Gilgate first. Give him a hello. All right, he's on Rakdos probably. If he's playing 10 Street Dodger and he's playing a good deck, considering he hopefully has a good rank in this draft. He's probably playing Rakdos, and that's an enabler for Spectacle. But if he's playing Gruul, those are 2 bad cards for Gruul. So we're in an okay spot here. We'll get in for 1, poke him in the face, drop a Swamp, and yeah, Ministrant. We're in the trading game, my friend. We'll high alert next turn. And yeah. Keep him honest. Man, I hate being sick. Like 1 minute I'm talking fine, and the next minute just out of nowhere, like stuffiness that I literally can't get rid of pops up. So Rhythm of the Wild hits the table, and you know what? We're on high alert. We're gonna hit for 5. I know you can probably outrace that, but we have a Chillbringer for some tempo plays, and yeah, we'll be okay, I think. If he had the double green, double red guy, I would cry because he could blow up high alert with that. But instead, he hits us for 5. Okay. I see. And we will bring on the chills with the Chillbringer, tapping down Spellbreaker and hit him for 5. We have 8 damage on board next turn. So we don't have lethal, but we have a scary amount of damage and a Code of Constraint to continue tapping down the scary stuff, including a very scary Acrobat. So we can block the Acrobat, take 2. We have 5 in... we have 5 in the air, putting him on a 2-turn clock. And if we take 7, we're in a really scary spot. So I'm down to block here, go down to 11, and Alpha Strike, it's 4 mana untap, so we can't untap plus Code of Constraint. But we can Code of Constraint, tap down his dude, draw a card like a boss, and develop our tap land, and swing 5. Now our opponent is at 4. We have a creature that we could flash in and scare the bejesus out of him with, as well as not die and maybe even gain some life later. So we're in a great spot right now, as long as he doesn't kill us now. Even if he kills our 1/1 tokens with like a blade flinger dude, we put him to 1, and we have Angel of Grace. Like, it is a very hard situation for him to navigate, and I don't think he can do it. I don't know if there's really any combination of cards if he doesn't kill me, if he doesn't deal 8 to me right now. That is 3 haste. Oh, so close. Good game, scrub. And guess what? Guess what? We are in for the final round of opponents. We're going to destroy this man. He was playing a 5-2. Like, geez. 7 wins, 7-1. 1 loss to being just not lucky. Destroyed by Angelic Exaltation, getting flooded, whatever. Our deck, our gameplay was very clearly flawless. To be honest, our deck was not good, right? Our deck was okay. We had like 10 creatures in there. We had some pretty good creatures, some like okay fixing. We clearly didn't have the best deck, but you know what? And we even make the best plays all the time. We tried our best. We made a couple of errors, but in general, we made the best out of our draft deck. And I think the lessons learned here is, right, when you look at these top 8s, when you look at these limited Grand Prix and all that, it's not just like, oh, this person pulls good things. This person drafted a bomb, whatever. It's literally just like we didn't have a bomb. We just drafted Law Mage's Binding, right? Like, it's there's a reason why Ben Stark top 8s every limited Grand Prix comes to for the most part. And if not top 8, like whatever, top 64, like an 800 person tournament or whatever. It's because like if you know how to play limited, if you build your fundamentals, you're gonna do well, right? Even if you play a not great deck, even if you don't have a good draft, whatever it is, like you are familiar enough to navigate through the situation to really make the most out of it. So with that being said, I am the undisputed champion. I'm the best Magic the Gathering player that ever lived, and I am now 7-1 in ranked Ravnica Allegiance draft with this Esper garbage pile. So thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Sorry for being sick and stupid and all that, but I will get better, and soon I'll be back in my old stomping grounds in my parents' house for a little bit, and you'll get to watch plenty of gameplay once I'm back there. And I'm looking at maybe doing some more high quality videos, less focused on Arena and more focused on just Magic in general and my very strong opinions on things that don't quite matter. So anyway, this is the Mana Shark. Peace out. Leave a like. Be sure to subscribe. Smash that like button. Is that what people say? Destroy that like button. Like I destroyed all my opponents in these 7 rounds, and I ignoring that 1 round that I really bombed it. So peace. Oh wait, let's open packs. I'm stupid. All right, let's rip open some packs. Oh baby.